So I want to take a look at a few things on this file. The first thing I'm noticing is that your controls are a little small and hard to access. So I've got this one selected here, right mouse click, control vertex, select those, R for scale, scale that up. And let's repeat that for this one and this one. And this one, maybe this one too. Oops. Can be a little bit bigger. Yeah, this one too. Oops. So it looks like I'm only getting half of that. Oh, that's just that one thigh. Okay. It's a little hard to see here because we got the face centers on there, display polygons, face centers. Okay, there we go. Here we go. I might move that. Whoops. I might move this one down a bit too. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, you can go through and play with those and get those to where they're more convenient to use. If I test the head, I actually go over fixing this in the module in the video, so if you want to watch that, that would be great. And basically you just need to paint that all white to the head joint, 100%. I rotate this guy. It's looking a little jagged there. So let's work on that. Let's see how these fingers are working, by the way. Oops. Okay, that looks good. So, yeah, I'm going to select this, right mouse click, paint, skin cluster, paint weights, and let's select all of these and lock all of them first. Then let's unlock just the ones we want, because I'm going to start playing with the smooth tool, and when you play with the smooth tool, the point of this is to, by the way, is to get rid of that sort of jagged thing on the wrist here when I rotate that. So just select this again, hit the paint weight tool. Okay, so that's left arm, left shoulder. So now I'm just going to unlock the relevant ones here. So when maybe elbow also. So when I start smoothing, it's only going to push the weights around those and not, because smooth is a little dangerous in that it can like sort of throw weights anywhere. So I'm going to hit smooth and hit flood, smooth that out a bit. Hit that a couple times there, maybe for each of these. Yeah, something like that. So let's see how everything works now. It's always good to save a lot when you're doing this. So it went a little higher up on the arm than I would have liked. I mean, it has solved that jagged thing, but not real happy about how it's affecting the stuff up here. Let's see how this is working. It looks okay. We are getting some... Okay, so let's go back into the paint weights and let's take a look at this kind of wrist. Is it that one? No, I think it's this one that rotates that. And it, you know, it doesn't look like there's anything here, but when I rotate this, it does move that stuff over there. So such a pain to find this every time. I mean, theoretically you should be able to like right mouse click on this and choose the appropriate, you know, joint, but it doesn't always work, so I end up getting it from the list. Yeah, so let's take that one and let's take replace and with a value of 0 and just hold down B, click and drag, get a big brush, and I'll go ahead and I'm just painting. It doesn't look like anything's happening, but I'm just making sure all of that's 0 to that joint so that that stuff doesn't move. Hopefully, let's see what happens when I rotate this. So it's still moving a little bit, and I think what happens is it splits it along these joints, so it could be the next one up. So let's try that one. So again, I have it replace value of 0, and let's go ahead and maybe a little bit smaller brush so we're not painting the stuff we don't want to paint. Yeah, it must be just a very low number, but it's enough that it's messing this up. So let's try that again. Yeah, there's still some there. One thing that's sometimes helpful is if I'm going to keyframe this, I'll just hit S, and that's just for quicker testing. I have auto keyframe on here, this little red key thing. So I can see where the problem areas are, and so I just know it's right here. So so we should, if this works, we should see them kind of jump back. So let's go to that. I have those verts selected, which means that if I replace with 0 flood, it's only going to do it to those. Oh, that seemed like it already. Okay, it was the wrist. So I wasn't necessarily painting on the right one. Okay, that was the problem. It was the wrist. And get rid of this animation. Double click, right mouse click, delete. Okay. So there's that. What else? I don't know. Kind of look around a little bit. Nothing. Maybe some smoothing there, but it's it's a delicate compromise. Hips and shoulders are always kind of the really tough areas because they rotate in so many different directions and are fairly complicated. I might smooth this a bit more. Let's take a look. What's going on? Maybe the shoulder, maybe the scapula, something in there. Yeah, I think we need some smoothing here. So again, let's do this the safe way. Let's select everything, lock it, and let's only unlock the ones we're messing with, that we're kind of passing weight back and forth between. Left shoulder, scapula. So maybe the scapula and the shoulder, and maybe those three. And let's smooth, flood. See, that can cause a problem too. I might. So what happens is, like, it's smoothing this and it can't pass those weights down to the elbow, so it like puts weights of this over here, which actually might have been how we messed that last one up that we had to fix. So for that, I might, if you just pick kind of these vertices in this area so that we're not use my something like that, so that we're only affecting things in this area. So we're only affecting the weights for certain joints and for certain points, so we're kind of keeping it safe so we don't, because there's this way when you're messing with this stuff, if you're not careful, you can like oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just get rid of this row right here. Okay. You can just start, you fix one thing and it breaks something else, and you fix that and you break something else. So it's kind of a careful way to work. And so it won't affect, it'll only affect verts here. So now when I smooth, I know it's only affecting those points, and I know it's only affecting these joints, and so you shouldn't mess anything up too much. So yeah, smooth that, smooth flood. Okay, see how nothing happened on this side. One more. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm a little concerned about some of these points. Let's just deselect some stuff here so that we're not gonna mess that up. Okay. Yeah, because I'm really just trying to blend this kind of middle area for the most part. So let's see how that does. We think that's any better. Not really. So yeah, we might have to kind of get in there and paint. So let's go ahead and just do the keyframing thing again, just for just quick and easy testing. I mean, it's not that bad, but because it sort of has to put that crease somewhere. I just think it's too high. So we want a little more influence on yeah, on this. So let's just add, let's say 0.1 at a time, and see how that moves. And then you can go ahead and smooth again. I mean, it's, yeah, I'm not loving it, but the shoulder's tricky. Anyways, you can play with that some more. It just gives you an idea of workflow. And then, you know, after you've made a number of adjustments on this, you'll want to mirror, because let's compare this. I mean, you know, it's not perfect now, but I think when you compare those side by side, I think the one I worked on is looking at least better. So you can keep going on that. I'm going to get rid of this animation. So to mirror skin weights, mirror skin weights options across the YZ plane, like Y and Z here form a plane that we're reflecting across, and then it's from the positive X side. See, X is pointing out this way, so this is positive X to the negative X, so direction positive to negative X. Yep. Yep. You'll want to resize these controllers. Yeah, that seems like it worked. You know, it's always good. You know, save a lot of versions while you're doing this, because it's really easy to mess stuff up. So, you know, make sure you're you know, saving version, you know, one after another, so you can always go back a few steps to previous versions. All right, yeah, it's looking good, but those are some additional tips.